This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Eala scores shock win in Miami Open first round. In the PBA Finals, TNT takes advantage of Brownlee's exit to edge Ginebra. Duplantis leads star-studded lineup as World Indoors finally kicks off in Nanjing. Dodgers sweep Cubs in Tokyo Series as Roki Sasaki debuts. Shohei Ohtani homers. In the NBA, Sandro Mamukelashvili drops 34 as the Spurs dominate the Knicks. While Bennedict Mathurin, big finish, lifts Pacers over the Mavericks in a thriller. And obstacle course athlete Jayson Tan joins us tonight and shares why age is just a number. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 20th of March. Now here's our roundup. Filipino tennis ace Alex Eala stuns Katie volley nets in the opening round of the 2025 Miami Open 6-3, 7-6. This is Eala's first Miami Open main draw win as she dug deep against world number 73 tennister. The Filipina had a slow start, falling behind by 2 games in the first set, 3-1. But she blanked her opponent the rest of the set as she took the stunning 6-3 victory. In the second set, it was Eala's turn to have a strong start, going up 3-1. She carried the momentum to a 5-3 lead, moving to within a game to grab the victory. But volley nets tied things up at 5-all before the 19-year-old Asian Games bronze medalist grabbed the upper hand once again, 6-5 in the 12th game. The 23-year-old American controlled the tempo before Eala eventually committed an error that forced the extended set. In the tiebreak, volley nets took a 3-1 advantage. It was a close match, with Eala grabbing 39 receiving points compared to volley nets' 33. Both tennisters won 36 service points and had no aces. Eala was among the 8 wildcard recipients in the tourney. She will take on Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko in the round of 64. Ostapenko, who had a bye in the round of 128, is ranked 25th in the world. And of course, we wish her all the best. In the PBA, Stingray, Reyna Batak stepped up big time, dropping 24 points and sinking the game-winning 3 that gave TNT an 87-85 victory over Barangay Ginebra, putting them ahead 2-1 in the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. The guard made sure his team didn't miss a beat with Castro sidelined for the season. And that clutch corner tray came after 3 offensive rebounds, with Calvin Ohtani grabbing 2 of them, giving Nambatak the perfect moment to shine. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for TNT. Ginebra fought back despite losing Justin Brownlee in the third quarter due to a dislocated thumb on his right hand. The import tried to power through but eventually headed to the hospital for treatment, even without Brownlee. Ginebra kept the pressure on and briefly took the lead in the fourth, but TNT's composure won out. Coach Chot Reyes made it clear to his team that Ginebra would be a force even without their star. Nambatak contributed not just with points but also 5 rebounds and 7 assists, all while TNT stayed cool under pressure. Even Poy Aram held his ground with 5 points and 3 rebounds. Game 4 tips off Friday at the Anara Center in Antipolo, and all eyes will be on whether Brownlee can return to help Ginebra bounce back. Sweden's Mondo Duplantis, the current pole vault world record holder at 6.27 meters, headlines the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Nanjing, where almost 600 athletes from 127 countries gathered for one of the most awaited sporting events of the year. World record holders Duplantis, Devin Charlton, and Grant Holloway joined 20 Paris 2024 Olympic medalists, including gold winners Hamish Kerr, Thea Lafond, Miltiadis Tentong Lu, Yaroslava Mahuchik, and Jakob Ingebrigtsen. The U.S. squad is without Noah Lyles, but Marcellus Moore, Emmanuel Wells, and Ronnie Baker will battle in the 600 meters. Holloway aims for his 3rd World Indoor title. Teen star Quincy Wilson declined an invite to prioritize school. Jamaica's Kishane Thompson is out due to injury, with Nishion Ebanks and Rohan Watson stepping up in the 600 or the 60-meter dash. The stage is set and all eyes are on Duplantis for more record-breaking action. Moving on to baseball, the Dodgers' dominance continued as Los Angeles swept Chicago with a 6-3 win at the Tokyo Dome in Game 2. Roki Sasaki made his highly anticipated debut, hitting triple digits but struggling with command. Sasaki pitched 3 innings, walked 5, and allowed 1 run. The Dodgers' offense started early, scoring 2 runs in the second inning. Tommy Edman added the team's first home run in the third, and Shohei Ohtani blasted a controversial homer in the 5th that was upheld after review. Chicago threatened in the 9th, but Miguel Rojas made a slick play to secure the win. Meanwhile, Justin Steele struggled for the Cubs, giving up 5 runs and 2 homers in 4 innings, while Dodgers stars Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman remained out of the lineup. Now it's back to spring training before opening day on March 27. 28 teams will kick off their seasons, including the Dodgers and Cubs, so better watch out for that, baseball fans. In the NBA, Sandro Mamukelashvili went off for a career-high 34 points, including a wild 21-point fourth quarter as the San Antonio Spurs cruised past the New York Knicks 120-105. The Spurs came out hot, building a 24-point lead by halftime and keeping the Knicks at bay. New York trimmed it to 103-94 after a Mikal Bridges layup with just over 4 minutes left, but San Antonio quickly clapped back. Jeremy Sohan dropped a layup, and then Keldon Johnson banked in a 3 to stretch the lead to 14. Mamukelashvili sealed the deal, scoring 10 of the Spurs' final 12 points and leading his team to their 3rd win in 5 games. At 29-39, the Spurs are still eyeing a West play-in spot, trailing the 10th-place Mavericks by just 3 games with 14 left to play. And talk about the shooting clinic. Mamukelashvili went 13 for 14 from the field, a perfect 7 for 7 from downtown, easily surpassing his previous career high of 4 made threes. Stephon Castle chipped in 22 points, while Chris Paul added 12 points and 9 dimes. Harrison Barnes added 17 or 11, and both Devin Vassell and Sohan posted 10 points apiece. Meanwhile, Bennedict Mathurin was on fire, dropping 16 of his 23 points in the final 5 minutes and 54, including 10 straight in a stunning solo run, helping the Pacers erase an 11-point deficit and secure a 135-131 win over the Mavericks in Indianapolis. The Pacers, 39-29, started hot with an 11-point halftime lead, but let it slip, falling behind before Mathurin took over. PJ Washington led Dallas with 26 points, going toe-to-toe with Mathurin in the dying minutes. The two traded fouls and free throws, but when it came to the final blow, Andrew Nembhard nailed a massive 3 with 14.7 seconds left to clinch the win. Pascal Siakam was on a tear too, leading all scorers with 29 points. Nembhard added 22 points and 8 assists, showing off his playmaking skills in the absence of Tyrese Halliburton, out with a back injury. Aaron Nesmith had 18 points, while Obi Toppin chipped in 13 off the bench. For Dallas, Jaden Hardy poured in 24 points off the bench. Spencer Dinwiddie delivered 17 points and 12 assists, even hitting a tough step-back 3 late in the game. Kai Jones had a double-double with 18 points and 11 rebounds. Max Christie added 17 points to the mix. The Pacers kick off their 5-game homestand with a bang. So stay tuned for more action. And here are more results from around the NBA. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. In badminton, what's the name of the fast, flat shot that zips just above the net, keeping your opponent on their toes? One of the fastest and most exciting shots in badminton is called the drive. A drive is a flat, fast-paced shot that travels horizontally just above the net, making it difficult for opponents to react. It's often used in doubles matches to maintain a rapid exchange and gain the upper hand. Unlike a smash, which is directed downward, a drive is all about speed and precision, keeping your opponent under constant pressure. So next time you watch a badminton match, see if you can spot the drive in action, because it's a true test of skill and speed. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. There is no stopping National University star Alyssa Solomon, who has been cleared to play in the UAAP. The powerhouse opposite hitter of the National University Bulldogs is still eligible to compete in the UAAP after withdrawing from the Korean Volleyball Federation Asian Quota Draft. Solomon's name was initially included in the 2025 Kobo Draft, but last week she pulled out due to the UAAP's strict amateurism rules. After some deliberation, the UAAP Board of Managing Directors gave the green light for Solomon to keep dominating the Season 87 court. The UAAP underscored its commitment to ensuring the integrity of its competitions while upholding the welfare of its student athletes. And let's be real, Solomon is a huge asset to the Lady Bulldogs, who are unbeaten in 7 matches. Standing tall at 6'1", she's 6th in scoring with 116 points, 96 from spikes, and 16 from kill blocks. With a finals MVP title under her belt, Solomon is already a hot commodity in the pro scene. But right now, she's keeping her eyes on the prize, another UAAP title for the Lady Bulldogs. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 20th of March. Up next, get ready to be inspired as obstacle course athlete Jayson Tan shares why age is just a number. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. Want to be fit and healthy? Then throw your excuses out the window, because our guest tonight will show you how discipline, determination, and collaboration can keep age at bay and keep you competitive in your golden years. Welcome to the BNC studio, obstacle course athlete and real-life ninja. We have Jayson Tan. Jayson, thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you, Sir Anton.
Good evening, good evening.
It's an honor po being here.
This is a very interesting conversation we are about to have. I looked at your Instagram profile. 53 years young, sir.
Yes po.
But you are still going strong. We're going to see a lot of your videos and pictures later on. But I want to start with you, Jayson. Were you always athletic? When you were younger, varsity player ka ba nung high school and college? Ano ba ang kwento mo?
Hindi naman. I play basketball.
Okay.
Pero hindi naman varsity. We do join mga basketball tournaments. And then I shifted to badminton in my 30s.
Okay.
Here, I do badminton tournaments also. And God, blessed naman po ako na nananalo rin minsan sa mga tournaments. Ganun po.
So it's safe to say that you are a sports buff, as in ever since you always wanted to be active.
Yes po.
Okay.
Namana ko po sa dad ko.
Ayun. Okay. Athlete po ba yung dad nyo also?
He's into sport po. Tennis, billiards,
Ayun.
bowling.
Okay. Yung day job po ninyo, because obviously, to do all of these things, it requires a lot of time, but yung trabaho po ninyo, paano nyo po nababalance lahat yon?
I'm a businessman.
Okay.
We manage a retail hardware store.
Okay.
And then, yung pagni-ninja po, kasi I watch American Ninja Warrior sa
Yun.
TV. So, yun, nainganyo ako. And then, thanks to our federation, POSF,
Yes.
our attorney Al Agra, siya nagdala po dito ng mga ninja obstacles, and then the rest is history.
Yun. Actually, before we started this interview, we were talking kasama yung misis nyo, and nagulat ako na meron palang federation
Yes,
ng obstacles and mga ninja. So, what's that like? And ikaw, kailan mo ito sineryoso na, okay, you know what, maybe may potential ako dito?
I started joining the ninja when I was 47.
Okay, 47.
Late na, pero
Okay.
dahil I really love that sport, kaya I do join competitions. Ayun, nananalo rin, nagpo-podium. Yan. But I do trainings and practices.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan po talaga yan to do those obstacles.
Grabe So guys, it's never too late. At age 47, this is when Jayson started getting even more serious with this. Grabe. Wow. Ano po ang timbang nila?
135 pounds.
135 pounds. Kasi, hindi biro yung kailangan kayanin mo yung katawan mo to be able to do all of these obstacles and overcome everything. Grabe. I'm speechless with how you are able to take care of your body and do all of these things. So, what's your process when it comes to preparing for these types of competitions?
Proper nutrition din. So,
Okay.
I do low carb diet and I don't eat mga rice and then sugary food nag-a-avoid.
Wow.
So, tsaka rin po yan, yung pagtitraining, ay kasama ko rin po yung wife ko, nagtitraining kami during weekdays yan. After work, nagtitraining kami. Si Tan, yan, my wife. And so, yun po.
So it's a lifestyle talaga.
Yes,
And it also helps that your wife is very supportive
Yes,
also.
very supportive.
Okay. One of the things that interests me with regards to your journey is nung sumali po kayo sa Century Superbuds. And we all know this as a life-changing event. Siyempre, si Goma, Richard Gomez, Agamulak ngayon, sila yung mga poster boys. Ikaw, being a Superbud yourself, how did that experience change your life?
At first, parang in-encourage lang ako nung teammate ko. Sabi niya, why didn't you join Superbud? Kasi at age 50, parang kakaiba yan. So, kasi from fat to fit, yun yung nangyari sa akin. So, I tried. And then, blessing talaga na biglang tinawag ako nung Century. Oh, you're into quarterfinals. And sobrang happy, sobrang fulfilled. Kasi once in a lifetime yung ganyan, nagawa ko. So, yun po.
And then, I saw also na meron kang pinaghahandaan ngayon na competition. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. For the Ninja, we're gonna have Ninja competition on May.
May, okay.
Yeah, so now, I do training. I do CrossFit training din, mga bouldering. Yan. Strength and conditioning, tuloy din po. Yan.
Okay, grabe.
And also, meron pa po isa yung I do shot put.
Shot put, okay.
So we have the competition on June 7. So
Ayun.
yun, training din po, practice yan.
Nangyari na po ba na you dealt with injuries with regards to this? How did you overcome it?
Yes po. Nagka-injury ako, both shoulder, may tendon tear. Yan, finger ko na nagka-tear din. So, I do go to our rehab doctor, Doc Hubert ko. Then, may mga PT, they help me recover sa mga muscles, mga injury. Yan. And then, I need mga rest. Kailangan po talaga recovery. And then, mga strength and conditioning. Yun ang tinuturo sa amin ng doctor. Ayun.
Kasi sa ngayon, 'di ba? It's very important na yung post-competition. It's not just all about the preparation for the competition, but also the post-competition wherein you prioritize your recovery to be able to continue. And I think there are people that neglect that part of the process. So it's important that you mentioned it na despite having those injuries, you're able to go to your doctor and also try to rest and recover. Ngayon, Jayson, I'm sure there are some people watching right now and na-realize nila, oh wow, at 47, you can start. At 53, you can still go strong. What is your message to anybody watching right now who are thinking about starting their fitness journey but haven't started yet? Ano masasabi mo sa kanila?
My advice, it's never too late. So, like me, age is just a number. So I started late, pero kailangan maging consistent kayo and determined sa goal ninyo. Yan, ma-achieve nyo yan, basta be positive din.
Oh, there we go. So thank you so much for all the advice and sharing with us your experience. We have Jayson Tan, a real-life obstacle course ninja here on the scorecard. It's an honor, sir. Maraming salamat.
It's my honor. Thank you po. Thank you.
When the scorecard returns, let's talk about the Eastern Conference playoff picture so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Let's talk about the NBA playoff race, and in the East, it is an absolute battlefield. So let's begin. Because if you think that things are locked in, then you haven't been paying close attention. Because every night, the standings shift, and every game feels like it could swing an entire season. At the top, Cleveland is running away with it. In the middle, teams are scrambling for positioning. And at the bottom, it's an all-out brawl for those final play-in spots. Let's break it down. Cleveland is the king for now. The Cavaliers are sitting at 56-13, and let's be honest, this has been their year. They just ripped off a 15-game winning streak, reminding everyone why they are the top seed. But on Sunday, Orlando ended that run, and while one loss doesn't shake Cleveland's status, it does raise an interesting question. Can anyone actually challenge them in the East? Boston is still lurking at number 2, sitting at 50-19, And while the Celtics aren't getting the same hype as Cleveland, you know that they are built for the playoffs. They are the defending champions. Meanwhile, the Knicks are sitting comfortably at number 3, proving that last season wasn't a fluke. So yes, Cleveland might be running the show right now, but the East isn't just handing them the crown just yet. Now let's go to the middle, the mid-tier fight. Who wants home court? Right behind the top 3, we've got a battle brewing. We've got Milwaukee, Indiana, and, wait for it, Detroit. They're all fighting for that number 4 through 6 range. But why does this matter? Because finishing in the top 6 means that you avoid the play-in tournament. And trust me, nobody wants to mess around with that single elimination madness. The Bucks, sitting at number 4, have the experience. The Pacers, at number 5, have the firepower. And the Pistons, they've quietly put together a solid 37-31 record, which is honestly kind of surprising. But hey, good teams find ways to win. Now, the next few weeks, absolutely crucial for these teams. Someone's going to lock in that number 4 seed and get home court for the first round. Someone else, they're going to be sweating bullets trying to avoid the play-in. Now, let's talk about the play-in chaos. Who's actually going to get in? All right. Here's where it gets messy. Right now, we've got at number 7, Atlanta with a 33-36 record. Next is Orlando at 32-38. Then Miami, 29-40. And then Chicago, 29-40 as well. And just on the outside looking in, Toronto at 24-45. So what's the problem? Well, for starters, the Magic and Hawks are locked in a tight race for number 7. Orlando is only 2 games back in the loss column, and they've got a favorable schedule. 5 of the next 7 games are at home. Meanwhile, Atlanta is heading on a brutal road trip. Translation, Orlando might be making a move. And then, there is Miami. The Heat are clinging to the number 9 spot. But here's the good news. The Bulls, sitting at number 10, are about to go on a 5-game road trip against Western Conference teams. And that's a brutal stretch, and it could open a door for Miami to create some separation. Now, as for Toronto, look, technically, they're still alive. But unless they start playing like the 2019 Raptors, this might be where their season ends. So how does this shake out? If we had to predict today, the East probably ends up like this. Number 1, Cleveland. Number 2, Boston. New York, Milwaukee, Indiana, Detroit, Orlando, and the ATL, the Hawks. Yep, the Magic climbed out of the number 8 spot. The Hawks slipped just a bit. Detroit holds on to avoid the play-in, and Miami and Chicago, well, they might be in trouble. So what's next? Every game from here on out matters. The play-in teams are fighting for their playoff lives, and the mid-tier teams are clawing for home court. And at the top, Cleveland might look safe, but Boston and New York are not going anywhere. And this is just half the story, because in the West, woo, you're not ready for that chaos, man. But we'll save that for tomorrow. Now let's keep an eye and stay ahead of the game with the full lineup of NBA matchups tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From one of golf's greatest players who won 9 major championships and is renowned for his precision ball striking and swing fury, Ben Hogan once said, "As you walk down the fairway of life, you must smell the roses, for you only get to play one round." I like that. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.